Hi you guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. In today's video I wanted to sort of do this makeup look for you. Just basically the eyeshadows. I did use the Lorac Pro, the number 2. And this is a fantastic palette. Oh my god, I love this palette. This did not disappoint. Unlike the chocolate, what is it, the semi-sweet. This one is the number 2, and it did come out last year, so I'm sure you've seen way too many reviews and tutorials on this. But I just bought it for the Black Friday, so I'm actually beginning to dip my hands in it. And I created this look today, so I wanted to share it with you because I've actually not done any tutorials in my channel yet. So just a quick look at the palette in case you've not seen it, which I highly doubt it. It is a gorgeous palette. If you need to have a staple palette, if you're wanting to get a palette and you don't know which one to get, because there's just tons and tons of palettes out there, and I would say to get this one. You will not regret it. This will give you from the smoky eyes to the very natural everyday eyes. So it is absolutely gorgeous. It has this sort of green, olivey green color, which it's very pretty. This blue one right here, which I am using on my eyes today, and it just has absolutely gorgeous colors, and the pigment on it is absolutely amazing. So I just cannot, I'm not even gonna continue because this is an absolutely amazing palette. So I'm going to give you some swatches of all the colors. I'm gonna start with the top row, okay? So I'm gonna go to buff and then so on. So the first one is buff. This is a very neutral skin tone color. Now I am wearing a primer in my hand, okay? I think I got it on my hand. Okay, so like I said, a very neutral color. Probably not gonna be able to see it very well. Okay, the other one's light brown, which is exactly what it is, just a light brown color. I think this is from Mother Swatches. So that's that one. It is beautiful. And then cool gray. Sort of like a taupey purple. And then nectar. Really? Nectar. It's actually called nectar. It is a peachy, sort of like a peachy orangey color. It's really pretty. Beautiful transition color. The other one's plum. Just as it describes it, a plummy color. The other one's navy, that gorgeous blue that I was telling you about. Pigmented and a little flaky, which you will also see that on the actual eye tutorial. The other one's charcoal. They're all matte, by the way. The top row, it's all matte. Just a gray. Just a gray color. The other one's black. And the descriptions on this, the names of the color are actually very accurate to the descriptions of them. So that's black. And then the bottom row, it's the shimmery ones. So let me trying to clean my fingers here. Okay, so I could give you better swatches. Okay, so the first one is Snow, a white shimmery. Gorgeous. The second one is Beige, exactly a beigey color. Beigey, not veggie. Do you ever have those days where your words just come out differently from what you're trying to say? This one's called Rose. The other one's Mocha. Sort of like rose, but darker. Chrome. Silvery brown. Silver, which is exactly a silver color. And I am too wearing this one on the inner part of my eye. And the second to the last is Jade. The olivey, the olive color. Okay, and the last one at the bottom is Cocoa. So those are the swatches. I'm wearing this one, Buff. I'm wearing Silver. I'm wearing this one, Navy. And then I'm wearing Black. On the, just at the very edge. But those are the swatches. And again, they are beautiful. They can be a little flaky. That navy one can be a little flaky if you press on it too hard. They are super pigmented, very soft, so you do have to go very slowly when applying them. You do have to dab, and I mean, a little goes a long way, so you have to be careful. Here, let me show you. See? So you have to take it slow, apply it slowly, so that you don't over pack it on, because then you're gonna get a lot of fallout, because they're super soft, very pigmented but very soft. This one is $42. When I bought it, it was $31.50. I got it at the Lorac website because I had them on sale. So it also comes with a mini behind the scenes primer, primer, eye primer. So it is an excellent product as well. I've used it, actually have a full size. Let me show you. Actually have the full size. I've had it for a while, and it was one of the first primers, eye primers that I owned. So I got a lot of use off of it, but since it's such a huge tube, it's taken me quite a while to get to it. Actually, if I pull all the product up, I'm not even halfway. Okay, so that's where it stops. So as you can see, you need very, very minimal product of this. So I'm not even halfway, and I've had it, I'm gonna say about 1.5 years, maybe close to 2 years. Maybe close to 2 years actually. So a little goes a long way. It is absolutely amazing. And of course, I cannot say enough about this palette. I also have the Lorac, the original one, the first one, and it's absolutely an amazing palette as well. If you're planning to pick one up, they're completely different palettes. This one's more of a cool, the other one's more of a warm tone, so they're both beautiful. They're both pigmented. They're both they're both very wearable. They're easy to blend, so if you wanted to pick up one, I don't know, it's your personal preference. If you like everyday neutral colors, I would say go to the one, but if you're able to pick up both, I would say pick up both. They're gonna be staples in your makeup kit or drawer, whatever you have. I have all my stuff in a drawer, so but anyway, yeah, this is an amazing palette, so I highly recommend it. And again, this is what it looks like. It is beautiful, and this is what I came up with. I used let's see, light brown and nectar. In the crease, I used Buff just up here on the brow bone. I used Silver in the inner part, blue, navy on the outer part, and then I used a little bit of the black just outside, and I used some of this one in the bottom as well with a black eyeliner. So that's what I came up with. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then just stay to the end of the video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye guys. First thing you want to do is apply a eye primer. The one I'm using here is Soft Ochre by MAC. Since it's a thick formula, it's actually an eyeshadow, not a primer. I am thinning it on between my fingers. I like to warm it up, and I just feel like it applies a lot smoother and easier. Take any primer that you have on hand. Now I'm taking this Eco Tools fluffy brush. You can take any brush you have. And I'm taking Buff from the palette just because it's close to my skin tone, but take any color that's close to your skin tone. And I'm applying it from my brow bone all the way to my crease area just because I feel like it applies, it makes my blending a lot smoother. Now I'm taking a mixture of nectar and light brown from the palette, and I'm using this very fluffy brush, and I'm going to apply it to my crease area. This brush is the 105 by It Cosmetics. This is the Ulta edition. They're really soft and so pretty. Very easy to use. They don't shed. This is a wonderful brush. And just go ahead and blend it in your crease area. Since we are going to be using such cool tones on our lids, I thought using warm tones to our crease area would be a nice contrast. I am not adding any more product to this brush. I'm just using it to blend out. And you're going to see that throughout this look, I do blend out a lot. I just keep on going back and forth and blending. Now I am taking a shadow brush. This is just the $1 brush by e.l.f. And I'm taking silver from the palette. And I am going to focus most of the color on the inner lid all the way to the inner part of the lid. I'm sorry, the middle part of the lid. We're not really going to worry about the outer part because we are going to be adding another color there. You want to make sure you just keep it on your lid and you don't want to move it up towards your crease area. I'm using the same brush and just flipping it over, and I'm going to take navy. And be very careful with this one because it's very soft and you do get a lot of fallout, as you can see. It is very pigmented, very soft, so just be careful and apply it little by little. And I'm taking that color and applying most of the color to the outer part. You want to make sure you just pack it on the outer part and then just work your way in. Using patting motions mostly and working towards the inner part of the lid. You want to keep it on the outer thirds, but just use very small limited motions. I am going to be using this during the day, but if you are going to use it during the night or a party look or something, you can definitely apply more of the blue. But I wanted to keep it kind of light for the day. And again, blending the crease area. I did get quite a bit of fallout with this blue, so we'll just have to go back and clean it out. Now I'm using the same brush and just using the tip part of it, and I'm going to be applying that navy just on my lash line. And as you can see, I'm not going all the way in. I'm just keeping it on the outer part and just about halfway. And then somewhere in my editing, I lost the footage where I actually go back and buff it out, blend it out, but definitely be sure to go ahead and do that. Since I will be using that brush again, I want to make sure I wipe it off. I get rid of all that blue pigment. And I am going to be taking silver again and just packing on a little more, and taking the opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and blend it right where the blue and the silver meet. You want a smooth transition there. I am taking a pencil brush. This is the Essence of Beauty. I believe it's from CVS. You can use any pencil brush you have. And I'm going to be doing a very small V on the outer part of the lid. It's going to be very small, and I'm taking black from the palette. And I'm taking this shadow brush, and as you can see, it's a fluffier brush. So I'm going to use that just to blend the V. And you will see that I'm not bringing in or out any of that color. I'm just blending it right where it's at, right on top of it. You just want a very light V on the outer part. You just want that black just kind of to separate it, because you want the focus on the blue, but you do want a darker edge. So just where it's at, just blend right on top of it. Do not bring it in or out any at all. And I do apologize for all the blabbering, but it is pretty late and I've tried to do this video, I don't know, about a dozen times already. Okay, so I'm taking buff again, and I'm just going to clean out the outer part of the crease. Just buff it out a little more. And I'm taking a little bit of snow just with the tip of the brush, because I want to highlight the arch of my brow. But you just want a little bit. You don't want a big old blob of glitter. So make sure you buff it out with buff. This color has a lot of glitter, so you just want a tiny little bit of highlight there. Now go ahead and clean all that fallout. And I'm using Perversion. You can use any eyeliner that you have. I like this one because it's really dark and creamy. Use any one you have on hand. I'm going to apply it to my waterline, upper and lower. Give your lashes a curl, and if you do use falsies, this is a time where you can apply them. I personally do not use false lashes, but you can go ahead and do it. Apply some mascara. I'm using the voluminous, actually not the voluminous. I'm using the, no, it is the voluminous Million Lashes or something like that. I like the voluminous carbon black. I think that's one of my favorites. But in this instance, I'm using this one, and I really like this one because it separates my lashes. It doesn't really give me volume, but definitely separates them. And they do hold its curl. So let's go ahead and warm my cheeks a little, and I'm using Cinnamon by NYX, and I haven't used this blush in such a long time. I totally forgot how pigmented this is, and holy moly did it give me some clown cheeks. So be very careful with it. As you can see, I'm having to clean my brush just to buff it out because it is so pigmented. And I want to thank my friend Lauren for introducing me to this blush because I was really afraid to buy it. It is really a beautiful brush or blush. I was wearing some chapstick, so I'm just cleaning it out a little. And I'm using Rimmel, and this is Addiction. I think it's 018. Yep, 018 Addiction. Since we want the focus of the blue on our eyes, we want to go ahead and do some nude lips. Or as close to nude as we can get them. I'm using Naked by Urban Decay. And as you can see, I'm having to go back with my beauty blender just because those cheeks were really looking clownish. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.